Well, let's get straight back into it. Joining me now, Director of Freshwater Consultancy, Leo Shanahan. Great to have you.
Thanks, Shari.
And Washington Correspondent, Adam Creighton, where it's about 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. your time. Great to have you with us. Good to see you're still awake.
That's right.
Adam, I want to start with you. Donald Trump has given this major speech at CPAC on the weekend where he really started to outline his platform for his presidential candidacy. And it's very different in many ways from the platform that he took to the last campaign.
Yeah, certainly that's true. One of the interesting things actually was he talked about a baby bonus, which of course we know well in Australia from the Howard government. That was something interesting on the domestic front. But the most interesting thing for me was his attitude to war. He's basically positioning himself and perhaps the Republican Party as the anti-war candidate, as the candidate opposed to US involvement in Ukraine. And I suppose you'd say that's a fairly, brave move so far. The bulk of Americans are very supportive of sending weapons and sending money. But Donald Trump has smelt the wind, sniffed the wind, if you like, and he's realised that among Republican voters, support has fallen off pretty sharply in the past 12 months, and it's now less than 50%. And so if that trend continues, then that will make it more likely that he'll win the nomination in about a year's time, or so's time.
Leo DeSantis is also stepping up his campaign and really drawing on his credentials as being the anti-lockdown governor in Florida.
Yeah, I think there's a danger with looking to the past too much, and I think this is something Republicans generally, who by and large have been proven right about anti-lockdown measures a lot of the time. However, I think elections have to be about the future. Look at candidates here who relied too much, Scott Morrison primarily, on their achievements during lockdown. For whatever reason, the electorate doesn't give you that much credit in the bank. You have to present a very clear, articulate vision for a positive future. That has to go beyond simply what you achieved in COVID. I think in terms of what Donald Trump is doing, it is interesting. I mean, Donald Trump, say what you will about him, has a very strong and clear sense of Americans' anxieties. And this is a real anxiety for most Americans, that if a nuclear bomb goes off in Ukraine, that could end in a third world war. So there's a real risk there, and it's a fear that he's articulating quite clearly early on.
And along, he's also tapping into the fact that a lot of parents are worried about sending their kids off to lose their life in a foreign war, particularly after the failure in Afghanistan, and we look how it's now run by the Taliban again.